This is Orders and Ladders, a segment of FS Formula Life TV with Flores, Honorable Ezu, a true life experience of his teen births and 10 miscarriages. It is a journey to the bears, sorrow, and triumph of motherhood. Journey with us through this life-changing experience. An experience, yet also manifestation and expression of God's power, mercy, and favor. At best, we will have no choice but to join us to glorify this awesome God.
Hello fans, this is episode 6 of your favorite TV series, Orders and Ladders. And I'm still your host, Florence Honorable Ezu. Please do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if this is your first time of joining us, I welcome you specially. This is for you. You're welcome and you're right on time. Do me a favor, okay? Scroll down a little, you will see the first 5 episodes of this series. Watch them and return to this mind-blowing episode 6, and let's journey together. I bet you'll be glad you did. And for those of you who watched episode 5, I hope you remember that I was still in the prejudice of misfortune, and I was still haunted by the dream that preceded the miscarriage, whether it has something to do with the miscarriage or not. You also remember that I put myself together and tried to be happy once again. Remember I once said, happiness and sorrow are two choices. Falling down does not make you a loser, but the inability for you to stand up, dust yourself and continue moving makes you a loser. I encouraged myself, and life went on. At the tail end of the 4th month, I became pregnant again. The reality of the pregnancy hit me 2 dimensions. My joy went beyond the sky, but the thought of the previous miscarriage will not let me be. More especially the dream. At a point, I stood positive and I took the same position with my husband. It was just a mere coincidence. The dream had nothing to do with the miscarriage. I said to myself, even if it had, I'm a child of God, and the Bible says, affliction shall not arise up the second time. Nahum 1 verse 9. I waited for my husband's arrival, and when he came in about an hour later, I brought the news to him, and he was happier than I was. He seemed not to be bothered by the previous event. I must be a fool to have allowed such irrelevant thoughts to bother me, I said to myself. I literally stayed off all domestic chores. I rested as much as I could and ate small fruit and vegetables than I used to. I didn't wait for my daughter to tell me what to do. I had visited him to break the news to him, and he was very happy. After a session of examination with him, he shook my hands and said the baby was doing well. Rest. Stay away from strenuous activities, he said. Drink more water and eat more fruits and vegetables. I helped him to complete his regular advice, and the both of us was into laughter. He asked me to let him know each time I feel different. He gave me some vitamin supplements and folic acid, and I left. Farms, you can only tell the tales of time past. You can live and experience the moment you are into, but the moment to come can only be anticipated. We only wish and hope for the best, just as it is said in the song Kisera, the future is not ours to see. One night, after our normal evening prayers, I went to bed, and in no time, I was fast asleep. The same dog appeared from nowhere and attacked. I fought back with a stick in my hand. but it ended up biting me on my left heel. I jerked from the dream, full of horror and fear, and I woke my husband. He knew it was something serious because I woke up shivering. I told him the horrible dream I had, secretly afraid, and he said it was just a dream, like he used to ask us to pray. He led the prayers, but I nervously took over the prayers. I prayed intensively for about 15 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, binding and casting. We were staying in the heat of the prayers when I felt I needed to defecate. I rushed to the toilet. Instead of physics, I was spotting. Jesus, I screamed. I screamed in fear. My husband rushed into the scene. Not again. He shouted and started praying in confusion. I couldn't believe my eyes. I watched in anxiety as the flow increased. We could not go to the hospital at once because it was at the middle of the night. We tried to manage the situations, and at dawn, said the doctor, the bleeding became severe as time proceeded. Every passing moment was a nightmare as we waited for the morning. Psalm 30 verse 5 says, "Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning." My case was worse off. My weeping was accompanied by fear and doubt. That I would witness joy in the morning was a hope hanging in the balance. At daybreak, it was not spotting, neither was it flowing. It was gushing out with lumps of clotted blood. We hurried to the hospital. It seemed the doctor had informed his nurses. Even before the doctor arrived that morning, a senior nurse had swung into action. She injected me and fixed a drip to my wrist. I was injected thrice within 15 minutes. The medication did more harm than good. The bleeding became intense, gushing out with clotted blood. I called the attention of the nurse to it. She replaced the pad already soaked with blood. That was the fourth one. She put another. "Is my baby alright?" I asked her. "Of course, the baby is fine and doing well," she replied, as she continued preparing an injection which I suspected would be given to me. She gave me an example of a woman who blessed for 4 days but still gave birth to a bouncing baby boy. Hearing this testimony, my fear was half gone and my worries almost disappeared. I kept on praying and hoping for the best, even if the blood was still flowing. But within, there was a battle between faith and fear. While I tried to focus on God and expecting a miracle, the dream, the terrifying nightmare of the giant dog would not stop interfering in my mind. I tried to take my mind off it, but I could not. The fact that it had happened before and I miscarried the pregnancy that same day and then happened again, and the result was turning towards the same directions, drove me nuts. Voices in my head, you're already telling me to take heart. They were sounding sure that it would end like the previous one. despite all this negative appearance of the devil. Yes, I knew it was the devil because the good Lord cannot tempt with evil. James 1:13. I head on to Luke 1:37, which says, with God nothing shall be impossible. The Bible also tells that affliction shall not arise up the second time. Although the blood didn't stop, the memories of the previous debates and miscarriage didn't stop playing in my head. The terrible nightmare of the dog kept coming, and the voices of the devil and his demons were assuring me that it would be the same result. I still head unto God, believing Him for a miracle. And no matter what happens to a person, God is still God. It is not the fish in the sea that makes the sea a sea. Take the fish out of the sea remains a sea. But when the fish is taken out of the sea, with time it will die. We are nothing without God. So sorry. This is how far we can go in this episode. I just have to stop here because the event that preceded this event it brought tears to my eyes and I will not want to cry. Please do not miss episode 7. It is touching, emotional, and essential. Remember, it is a journey of one stillbirth and 10 miscarriages. Most importantly, it is the story of a triumphant woman. Please like, comment, and share. Remember, we are forming a community that touches lives, and by sharing, you also will be touching lives. See you in episode 7 of Fathers and Ladders. Until then, I leave you in the atmosphere of miracles. God bless you.